And then, let me just get, is this good?
Yeah. Line up right?
What?
Yeah, it looks good.
Yeah. And what is it? This, yeah. Okay.
We're doing the reading.
Yeah! Okay.
I had my notes out for the thieves.
Here we go.
I think you're stupid, and I think it's the best book I've ever read.
I'm gonna hate you if you actually believe that. Welcome back, everyone. We're La Library, and I'm Dantes.
I'm Jacob.
And today we're talking about our rating systems. We wanted to let you know how we rate our books. I think we rate them differently, you and I.
A little bit. I also wanted to talk about... I brought this up.
Yes.
Doing a video on this. Because I kind of wanted to talk about how much goes into, like, subjectivity and, like, enjoyment, and how much goes into, like, objectivity, or quote-unquote objectivity, and, like, quality and whatnot.
I'm here for the vibes.
Because I had seen this video, I'm not going to say by who or whatever, but I had seen this video where they were talking about Abercrombie's First Law. And they were talking about how people see certain things in that book as very misogynistic, and then they
rate it lower
the person, and then they rate it lower because of that. And this wasn't like the main point of the video. It was kind of just like a passing thing in this video. But the person was implying that people shouldn't be docking points for something like that. And I was like, that is an interesting take, because I think you should dock points for something. For as much of like a snobbish air that I give off, I'm like, you should be docking points like for stuff that you just don't enjoy.
With, yeah, like one of the worst book I read last year, for sure. That's interesting, and I agree with that. Like, I'm here for the vibes. So, and my job is not being a critic or anything. So I feel like I don't need to be as objective with my reviews or how I rate things than I guess someone that is actually a critic that gets paid for this stuff.
Well, I wonder if that'll change over time. Because right now, I agree. I don't feel like, even though we're doing the YouTube thing, I don't feel like a critic.
I don't look at most YouTubers as critics, period.
Well, I think people do.
Yeah, well,
maybe YouTubers don't view themselves that way. Maybe some people don't view them that way. But I think people look at a YouTube review and decide if they want to buy a book or not.
Well,
that's what a critic does.
I think you should, based off of like kind of the vibes and kind of just seeing how. I mean, that's why we put out like our top 10 list of a bunch of different things, or our best and worst of the reads that we did last year. I think just based off the vibes and just based off how you kind of gel with the YouTuber or the BookTuber, that you kind of like do use them for that purpose. Yeah. I don't. And even like professional critiquers that like get paid for this stuff, they have a sense of subjectivity.
Oh yeah, for sure. There's always going to be subjectivity in a book review. A book review is essentially an opinion.
Yeah.
But I do, like, I was just saying, I wonder if that will change for you if we grow and get really big.
Yeah.
I mean, eventually we will start making money from this. Don't know how much it will be.
Maybe. Like kind of how Rambo they've really kind of like nailed down on how they try to rate things, even though they're and it has evolved over time. I mean, I don't think they would see each other. I don't think they would see each other or themselves as critics. Maybe Richard. Maybe Richard. But I think there are people who are going to be viewing them as critics. Yeah, because they put a lot of math behind their... Well, not math, but I feel like they do their rating system a little bit more rigidly than some others.
They do, but I mean, like, when you look at like how they assign, like... When you look at how they assign a word to it, it is like half subjective, half objective, which is kind of weird.
Yeah, and that's kind of like how I do mine as well. Let's get into it. So do you want to talk about how you rate your stuff, or do you want me to start talking about how I do my stuff? I did it by half points too.
Do you want to start at the bottom or the top?
I think to start off at the top.
Okay. Yeah. So a 5-star book for me is
we rate 1 through 5.
We rate 1 through 5. I differentiate with 0.5s. You will differentiate with quarters.
Yeah, I do my ratings like that, but like right now I'm just going to be talking about 0.5s.
When I do a 0.5, I'm not necessarily saying like, oh, this is exactly half a point more than this one. When I use a 0.5 to indicate that this is like if I give something a 3.5, I'm kind of saying like this is a 3-star book, but it is better than most 3-star books.
Yes.
But it is not quite a 4-star book.
Same.
Okay.
Same. And that's kind of how I do it too. So 5-star book for you
So
is...
a 5-star book for me. So I mean, we've gone over some examples on the channel before. Stuff like Goblin Emperor, stuff like Assassin's Quest, which I know you hate, but I love.
Yeah.
But there's a perfect example
5-star book
of objectivity versus subjectivity. But for me, a 5. So going from a 4 or a 4.5 to a 5 is very vibes based. A 5 is not a very objective category for me.
Okay.
I think I've put
Point in case. Assassin's Quest.
I put very well written books into 4-star, very well written books into 3-star. It is not like a matter of quality, although quality does matter. To get something to a 5, I'm just kind of like it has something that I have like latched onto and is like beloved. It is very much, to get to a 5, it is very much just like a vibes based thing. It's not like, oh, this was so well written, it's a 5. Something can be the most well written book in the world, and if I just am not vibing with it, I'm not gonna give it.
Lions of Outer Song, for example.
Well, yeah, I guess, but but so Lions, I think I gave Lions a 4 or a 4.5, something like that.
It's a 5-star book.
But that's my point. Lions is a good book, but it doesn't hit that 5 for me. It doesn't. I wasn't super bought into it like a lot of other people seem to be. But what about you?
For me, like a lot of the words I use to describe my rating system is a lot of the words that I use as I'm rating them and talking about them as well. So like a 5-star book is an amazing book, a better than great book, a book that I love, a book that's changed my life, so on and so forth. So those 5-star books, again, a lot of it has to do with the quality of the writing and the quality of the book itself, but it's also based off vibes. I do a lot of like plot, character, themes, emotionality, world building, and just enjoyment itself. Those are kind of how I look at a book itself, and again, it kind of goes along with how I view it. I could be very well wrong. I have flip-flopped and changed my ratings and such. It's not the hard truth with me.
Yeah, I don't think
on different days it'll be.
I don't think there's a person on the earth who will rate something and stick to it.
Those words, amazing. I love it. Life changed and everything. Those are words that I use to describe a 5-star book. And some of the 5-star books that I've recently read is like Boy's Life, Augustus right now, and Autumn War. Those are 5-star books for me. Those some of them are better quality, I believe, than others, but they have forever kind of changed how I look at some work of literature. The next rating down I have is a 4.5-star book, and kind of like what you're talking about. It's better than a 4. It's not quite at a 5. I love it. I'll say that I love it, and there's just something that's not making me fully connect with a 5-star rating for that book. Some examples for that would be like Ironbound, which I think is great. I love that book, but maybe in terms of quality, it's not pushing me and making me connect with a 5-star.
Yeah.
Owls of the Emberdark, All the Pretty Horses, all 4.5-star books for me. Do you want to talk about 4.5s or?
Yeah, so I mean, I don't really differentiate between like a 4.4 or 4.5 in terms of like how I rate stuff. Like I said, a 4.5 for me is basically like a 4-star book that is just like a very good 4-star book. But so for me, a 4 is kind of like a 4. I would consider like excellent in that it is well crafted, like in terms of like prose and stuff, and then also like very enjoyable for me. But again, like you said, and like we talked about with the 5-star, it's just like it's missing that piece that really gets it to a 5. That it's like porn where you know it when you see it. But
yeah, I got that too.
Yeah, so it's just like it's like missing that one piece, and that it could be that just like.
There's that one thing that's just missing.
Yeah, it just misses. It doesn't have that star quality.
Yes. I got it.
Okay.
All right, 4 stars for you.
Well, that was kind of my 4 stars.
Okay.
So I don't know if you want to go to.
So 4 stars for me is a good/great book. I really enjoyed it. I had a lot of fun with it. It's done well. It's. You're gonna see like just the wording I use. I definitely use these words over and over again in my reviews. And some examples of a 4-star book. Again, these are more recent stuff, but also just stuff that I've rated in the past. Midnight in Chernobyl is a 4-star book. I think it's great, a little dense, and kind of loses itself a little bit in the middle. But again, great book. I recommend it for people to read. Witness for the Dead and Dungeon Crawler Carl are also 4-star books for me. And again, these are all kind of like widely different books in terms of like the content that they're providing. But I hope that helps you understand kind of where I'm at with my ratings of 4-star book.
Yeah, I will also say like a 4 and a 5-star book are books that like I would like absolutely like not even like hesitate to recommend to somebody if I think that they would like it.
Yeah.
Where like a 3-star book is like I would maybe like I probably would, but it's not like something I would like immediately think about or recommend.
So a 3-star book for me, I always say it's book fine, or like it's fine, it's good, it does its job. I'm either here or there with recommending it or not, depending on the person. I'll recommend stuff. With a 3.5, I'll say it's fine. I enjoyed myself is usually what I'll say.
Exactly. Yes.
So it's better than just a fine book. I'll say that I enjoyed myself, but I don't feel like it did anything to connect me with certain aspects, like either emotionally or enjoyment wise. And then also maybe recommend it a little bit heavier than I would a 3-star book.
Yeah, I think that like the main difference for me between like a 3 and below it is that a 3 I still had a good time reading. And I still like had fun and thought it was good.
3, I found it enjoyable. I find it passable. That's all.
Yeah. I agree. Like a 3 is still enjoyable. Yeah. It's not like it maybe isn't like the best crafted or something like that, but a 3 is like I still had a good time. Mm-hmm. So like a good example of this is a good example is like what we just read. One of the books we just read,
God of the Woods.
With God of the Woods.
Yes.
Yeah, which is like I was like it was enjoyable, I had a good time, but it's not really making an impact on me. Yeah, outside
fine.
Of that.
You see, shoulder shrug and everything. Fine. That's part of my rating system. It's like fine. But some 3.5-star books. So you have an example is like Words of Kings and Prophets by Shauna Lawless, Dracula, Silver Blood Promise by James Logan. A 3-star book is All That We See Are Seen, Amina Al-Sarafi, The Adventures of Amina Al-Sarafi, and Black Tongue Thief. Those are all like 3-star books that I enjoyed. They're fine. They're good. I can go either way with either recommending them or not recommending them. Mm-hmm. So let's go into the lower categories, 2 and 2.5 stars. What do you think about those?
A 2 or 2.5 is where I get into this is disappointing, and this is like unenjoyable. I'm not engaged. Well, I wouldn't even really say unenjoyable, but like I'm not engaged with the book. Yeah, I'm finding it like tough to get. I'm finding like I'm making myself read it to get through it and stuff. Mm-hmm. But I would say what keeps it at like a 2-star and not say a 1-star is that a 2-star book probably still has like moments of something good.
Yeah, I agree.
And like maybe has like a couple redeeming qualities is what I would say. But I think like a 2 is like I don't feel engaged with this book like at all.
Yeah. For me, like a 2-star and a 2.5 star. Let's go with 2.5 stars. A 2.5 star book for me is there's something wrong here. Like there's something that I'm not connecting with, or is not like I'm having a difficult time connecting with the story or that's being presented, and there's something wrong here. It's not hitting the mark for me. A 2-star book is a flawed book for me. Like it's not connecting with me. I think there's an actual problem with the story, and I believe that there could be improvements. That, and again, I'm not a writer or anything, but I believe that there could have been improvements that I could very well see myself and figure out what could have been done better for this. Mm-hmm. Examples for 2.5s and 2 stars. 2.5s, Stepford Wives, I had an issue with. Assassin's Quest, I definitely had issues with. And Morning Glory Milking Farm. And yes, I put Assassin's Quest and Morning Glory Milking Farm on the same rating.
Because you're dumb.
No, it's like there's problems with the books, and not having any connect. Like there's obviously a connection that I'm not having. A 2-star review would be Dragon Republic by R.F. Kuang, second book of Poppy War. That's just a flawed book.
Okay.
And this is where I also mentioned that I rated Royal Assassin Lord because I found that I rated it as a 2-star instead of 2.5.
Oh, okay.
And I think it should be inverse or maybe a little bit more even. Pandora's Jar, which is a nonfiction about the woman in Greek mythology, and Cursed Child, which is a Harry Potter book, the Harry Potter sequel, whatever. Play. Yeah, those spin-off, whatever. That's also a flawed book, and there's problems, there's actual problems with those books. That's how I rate my stuff. Your next one, like 1 and 1.5.
Okay, yeah. So
because I have also stuff below that.
I would. Oh yeah,
Yes.
yeah. I don't go below a 1.
Yes.
So, but a 1 for me is like it is fundamentally flawed and unenjoyable. Not just like it's flawed, like something like in its core is flawed and just unenjoyable. I have this can be execute like just in terms of like execution and like writing or the narrative itself. But I will also give 1 stars to books that I think maybe would be fine, but books I think like lack merit, that like it shouldn't be
or promote dangerous themes.
Sometimes, yeah. Sometimes, but not that's a little less often.
Yes. Yeah.
But yeah, a 1-star book is just, it's like utterly unenjoyable. I don't DNF often, and it's like I want to DNF.
Yes.
Which is kind of weird because I don't even, the few books I have DNF'd, I would probably not give a 1 if I read it. So that's kind of interesting. But yeah, a 1-star book will fail to like offer even like basic levels of enjoyment for me.
Yeah.
I find like nothing redeeming about it.
I agree. My like a 1.5 rating for me is a book is deeply flawed. Like there's more than just 1 or 2 issues. There's like several issues, and maybe has one thing going for it, but like everything else is not helping to save this. It is dragging this book down. A 1-star book is bad. Like it's not. There's nothing I could say that could help redeem this book. It is a bad book, and I'm just not enjoying it at all. And there's not even bad book bad. That's essentially what it goes for. A 1.5 for me is Crooked Kingdom, the second book of the Six of Crows duology, and Calabasas. Bad book. Like there are a lot of bad things going on with that book. A 1-star is, I only have one example right now, but The Wandering Inn, which is that online. It was a web series, I think, that got turned into a book. And a lot of people love it. It's a bad book for me. There's a lot of things. It's not just like it's indie. There's a lot of issues I have with that book, and it's just bad book. I didn't have a good time with it. Okay. I have a step below that, which I'm going to include into the 0.25s and 0.5 star ratings. And this is, I hated everything about this book. Yeah. Either I hated everything about this book, and again, I have a difficult time with DNFing. I've DNF'd maybe a handful of books in my time, and most of them in this past year. But I hated this book. I had to take a break from it, and the reason why I just don't DNF it is because it's either obligation that I'm doing it for, and I want to have a discussion about it, or I want to be able to discuss it without saying I DNF'd it, which I think maybe that's an issue in itself. But I hated everything about it. I actively had to stop reading it and take a break from it and then come back to it to finish it. So Flowers in the Attic, The Age of Scorpius, Wizard's First Rule, and Stone of Tears. Those are all like 0.25 books that I just did not have a good time with at all. But yeah, that's kind of like our rating system. Is there anything else you want to like talk about?
I don't know. I guess, what do you feel about what I was saying at the beginning? Like the video I saw. If someone is saying like you shouldn't rate a book lower like because you disagreed with something.
Well, kind of talk about like Flowers in the Attic in terms of the writing, how it's written, rather. I think that book is flawed regardless, but the main reason it has such a low rating for me is because I find kind of like the messaging that's behind it so deplorable and so like disgusting that I rated it that low. I can't imagine it being higher than a 2 regardless, but yeah, I don't believe that. I think there's a lot of subjectivity that could go into a review, and yeah, I don't agree with it. And whether that person that's saying that the misogyny, like you shouldn't be rating things lower because of misogynistic messaging or tendencies, and I don't think that's what Joe Abercrombie was going for in that series. Yeah, well, I think that's just like he's doing the characters really well.
Yes, well, I think that's what the person is saying. I think the person is saying that misogyny is there intentionally. Yeah, you shouldn't because it's there intentionally. You shouldn't be rating it lower just because you didn't like it.
I maybe agree with that aspect if there's an intentionality.
I still disagree with that.
I don't super agree with that.
Okay.
I understand what he's saying a little bit more, but I don't agree with that completely. I think if there's intentionality with it, I think it should be taken into consideration. But whether you enjoy a book or not, it doesn't have any merit. Again, these are like it's so superfluous, these ratings and these star ratings that we're giving, and how we're discussing books, and how it could mean one thing for us now and it could be changed in the future. Yeah, I'm rereading currently the Riftward books, and when I read them as a kid, I loved them, and I give them all 5 stars. And all, even though the last book I know I didn't have enjoyment with it as much as the first 2, but yeah, now rereading them now, I'm seeing the flaws in some of these books.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So
I see that in books I've read like just like a year or 2 ago, like when I first started getting back into reading. And then if I go back and I'm like, oh, now thinking back to it, like if I read that for the first time now, having read so much more, probably wouldn't have given it that high of a score.
Well, even like stuff like Winds and Truth, when I read it, I loved it. I was talking about it with our friend a lot because we were the first 2 people that finished it on our group of friends, and we were talking about it. And then as I'm talking about it, I'm finding more and more issues, and it's just like from the day I finished it to maybe a week to 2 weeks after, like my score changed completely. And Strength of the Few, because of hearing discussions about it and seeing kind of more evidence to support the lower ratings that I didn't give it. I gave it, I think, a 4 in the beginning, and now it's more like a 3.5. Like there's things can change, and I don't agree with that person's logic.
Yeah, I know the kind of cheeky thing I say to like Austin whenever Death of the Author comes up is I say, well, every author intends for their book to be good. It's the intention of every author that a book is good. We don't take that into account when we're rating a book. Like
Except for Age of Scorpius, I'm pretty sure they didn't.
No, I promise you, she intended that book to be good.
All right, yeah. I mean, we should have a discussion with them about that.
Oh, I don't know. It would be an 8-hour video probably.
It'll be like stabbing myself, getting myself a trach with this pen. Yeah, so that's how we talk about our rating system.
Yeah, this was shorter than I thought it was going to be.
No, that's perfect. I need a short video to edit sometimes. Thank you so much for joining us today. Let us know how you rate your system, rate your books. Let us know how you handle DNFs. We have a friend that DNFs at the drop of a dime, and like us, at least for me specifically, it's a little harder to DNF. But
I've only intentionally DNF'd I think 3 books.
Yeah.
There are books. I'm sure there are books that I DNF'd because I put them down and then just forgot about it. But intentionally, I'm not having a good time. I'm not going to keep reading this. It's only 2 or 3.
I've intentionally DNF'd 5, and there's some that I've soft DNF'd, and that's part of the 5 right there. I DNF'd Ask Quest, and I came back to it. I still count it as my first DNF ever, but who knows? Yeah, let us know about some of the books that you DNF'd. Let us know about your rating system. Let us know what you think about booktubers and other reviewers that rate books, and how you handle their ratings, or how you see their recommendations based off of that. Like, comment, and subscribe. And yeah, have a good one, everyone.
See ya.
Peace.